With the current path Dragon Ball Legends is taking, it's not going to survive until the 3rd-year anniversary. Alright, my name is Centropite. I never really say that, but sure, why not? Self-promotion, yay. Subscribe, because I need that. We're almost at 100 soon. So, if you hit the subscribe button, something good happens. I think that's what happens. Anyways, yeah, the way Dragon Ball Legends is just heading, the road it's taking, it's not gonna survive until Satan Day for next year. You see, like, look, you have 30th anniversary, scratch that. You have, what's before that? Nothing, scratch that. You have Satan Day, scratch that. It's not even gonna make it past there. We're not gonna see anything with the way the game is moving, because everyone is quitting. I mean, I don't follow anyone who plays Dragon Ball Legends other than D3 and Goresh. And I mean, if they, who are really just in the community, they are a big factor of the community. And if they say that, people from all over the world are quitting because they can't handle the game, I think that's really going to signify the issue of, hey, maybe we should do something. Now, again, this game is supposed to be completely casual, like as most games, except for maybe traditional fighting games, because they're weird. But Dragon Ball Legends is not designed to be a game where it can survive solely off casuals. I mean, it's supposed to be casual, but I mean, they have the world ranking system, and they obviously know that this game isn't going to be all casual. There's going to be competition, especially, when they had Golden Showdown, a triple 3 times RP, which thank God they haven't done. Hopefully this doesn't jinx that. Last time we had that was 4 months ago. Never bring it back. I swear to God, never bring that back. We haven't really had double RP either. Don't bring that back either, because that's also cancerous. I mean, so they clearly know that this game is just going to be competitive and some casuals. Now, the issue here is because they have just a set release schedule, because, I mean, it's a Dragon Ball game. They're expected to perform really high or really well from Bandai, Toei, Funimation, maybe? I don't know. But they're supposed to perform really, really high in terms of revenue making. So if they don't meet a certain quota, they're not going to be able to keep the servers up and running, and they're going to have to shut the game down, which ultimately nobody wants. Now, this schedule, though, isn't the way to do it, because they release a Zenkai every other week, and then they release a new unit every other week. And I feel like if they're in a dilemma where they need money, and they can't outright ask for money, because that's how business works, you can't ask for money. But, if they're in this dilemma, then they should handle it with people trying to spend money and not forcing people to spend money. Because this is an all-time low. I've never seen a gacha game do this. Now, granted, I've only played like, 5-ish gacha games. But, I mean, of those 5, like, this one is doing the worst. And I'm going to say, this game is the most fun I've had out of all of them. That's why I've quit the others, with the exception of Bleach Brave Souls, because that's just personal to me, and Dokkan, because that's also fun in its own way. Now, the schedule, however they're releasing, it's unheard of. I mean, I'm going to take a page out of Bleach Brave Souls and Dokkan, since those are the other 2 I play now, other than Dragon Ball Legends. So, you have Dokkan, which they release a new unit, every so often, 3 weeks maybe, 2 weeks or so. But I mean, first of all, the new characters are always hyped to see. The game itself is really easy. There's no competition, even in World Tournament, which is their only quote-unquote PvP mode. Because you can just sit there and grind against AI, which again, that's all World Tournament really is, and it's just whoever has the most time. It's not skill-based, it's just whoever has, the most money, and the rewards are, what people really, really want. Like, the new World Tournament had the LRD making Piccolo. I mean, people want that. Like, I want that. So, I think they can do a lot better there. And then Bleach Brave Souls, we take a look at that. They release a banner every week, maybe, or every 2 weeks or so. But they're all step ups. They don't release any normal banners anymore. 2 years ago, which is when they just released normal banners, they would release one, like, every 3-4 weeks. Excuse me for my cracks. But they wouldn't, release anything excessively until now because, they need to capitalize on the coronavirus. Oh, wait, I can't say that word anymore. I have to bleep that. I have to say COVID-19. Anyways, so you take a look at Legends. They used to be releasing a new character every month or so, like question mark. And then we hit the first year anniversary where they started to pump out more units, left and right. It was like once every 3 weeks we'd get a new character. And then really from, I want to say, the anniversary's end is where we kind of really started to see the decline of Dragon Ball Legends, I feel like, because they changed the Zenkai system, they changed everything, and they're clearly in a state where the 2-year anniversary was an all-time high, I'm going to say, because, they have a lot more people, but, they're making more ads, like, over on YouTube, I've seen, 5 ads for Dragon Ball Legends in the past 2 weeks, I want to say, since the time of me recording this video. So it goes to show that they're getting really desperate. They're adding a lot more sales, apart from the monthly sales, which is new since the anniversary. They never did that before. They're pricing things very, very high, like the character missions, which I don't want to say that 2,000 crystals isn't worth that, but when they release 3 characters for a free-to-play player, it's almost I'm gonna say it's impossible for them to get 6,000 crystals to get all 3 of the characters, and then spend another 6,000 just to get their missions and get them to a certain star level of where they're actually usable. Because I threw 10,000, maybe 11,000 onto the banner. I keep pulling Scouter Vegeta. Why is he on the banner? Get him off the banner. But I don't have Basil, and I didn't get the missions for Lavender. I only got the missions for Bergamo. I feel like they really need to capitalize on how much they're really giving out versus how much they actually do. Because the summons, I'm gonna say it, the rates aren't that good. The rates on paper look very, very good, but you look at, this game's rates are really, really good. But if you're gonna add missions like that, where you're really, really asking for money, that's fine, but from a free-to-play standpoint, it kind of tickles their balls a bit. And that really can hurt. It's a nice addition, but, certain small stuff like that, I will say that's nice, but they need to find a way to balance it between free-to-plays and the actual, people who give the game money. Again, we do have, Zenkai and Goku. They really started to ask for money when they released a full Sun Family team that's all in Z tier. Because you got Gohan, Goku, Kid Goku still in S tier, he's usable, and then you have Goku himself. And, they're just pumping out these characters left and right, and they're just forcing people to just quit playing the game. Well, they're not forcing, but they're overwhelming people to a certain point where they just can't handle the power creep anymore. They can't handle the environment that is, 21,000 crystals plus the amount to actually get the character. They can't handle, hopping into PvP and just getting annihilated in 3 goddamn cards. If this game was casual, I want to say the best period for this game was the first 6-ish months. excuse me, 6-ish months of the game's release, where, the red Super Saiyan Goku was still good. I mean, passives didn't do anything. Main abilities, gave you maybe an ultimate. If they didn't do that, then they'd give you, 20% to blast damage. Rush would kill if it needed to. From full HP, they wouldn't die. It wouldn't kill the green Piccolo, which we do have a green Piccolo in the game. And I feel like those times were where the game really showed a distinctive casualness for the game, Because they don't have characters that can one-shot, because they all had certain roles. Piccolo was a defense type, Vegeta was a blasting type, Goku was a range type, but he carried strike guards, so everyone just used strikes with him. So he was basically a melee type, but not really. Pan was a support type, Pycon was another melee type. I'm going off the original 5 markings, by the way. And, they all pretty much basically did the same thing in terms of stats, but I mean, Piccolo was very tanky, which gave you a reason to run Vegeta. Goku did a lot of damage, which gave you a reason to run Pan. And in order to counteract those, you'd bring all the other characters. And I mean, Z abilities didn't really matter. We didn't have Zenkai abilities. Soul boosting was not even a factor. Equipment, that didn't do anything. So, just putting a skin over the same mannequin type deal, which is actually basically what Dokkan is. They add a skin over it and then just tweak certain parts of the actual mannequin itself. Say, yeah, this character is different and he looks a lot better than the previous iteration. Than the previous iteration that we did X years ago. Which I feel like is what any gacha game should be doing to, get money, because now everyone has to be summoning for that new character that's going to kill you in one card. And then, if we do make it to year 5 of Dragon Ball Legends, Ultra Instinct Goku, who transforms in 3 different ways, is going to kill you in taps now. We can look forward to that. Whereas, I mean, Dokkan, they can pretty much do whatever they want. It's so flexible what they can do. I mean, you look at Dokkan, you look at Legends, I mean, Dokkan has never really asked for money. They do free-to-play stuff really well. They handle their Zenkai system, which is the Easy A's, really well. They handle, certain sales, like Pilaf Strove. It's a bit expensive, but I mean, it's Dokkan, and you're like, spending this doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't change much, They'll probably get said character, and those are really expensive, but I mean, it's got a certain working weights. If Dokkan decided to, lower their prices, it wouldn't do much, because the players would get a lot more stones, but they wouldn't be making a lot of money. But I mean, you look at Legends, their sales are really nice, the events themselves aren't terrible, but the AI itself is really BS. PvP is abysmal, co-op is abysmal, the actual content within the game itself is abysmal. We are going to get a new battle system, which I have high hopes for. They did talk about nerfing Rising Rush, so that does indirectly nerf certain characters. So, if this battle system can really, and I mean, really just boom, 3.0 of Dragon Ball Legends, because this is right now 2. Whatever. If we can really get the 3.0 update here, that's going to change the game in a positive way, I want to say. But it's only going to happen if they change PvP. They focus a lot more on the competitive side of the game, because the entire community is going to be complaining about the fact that they don't have said character, they can't use said character, especially when it comes to LF units. They're like, oh yeah, well, I shouldn't see you every goddamn time. Well, everyone in the top brass is going to be paying money, and when the top brass is going to be shooting you down in a card or two, it's gonna make you just feel like you have no chance but to spend money And that feeling of despair is something that just needs to be taken away as soon as possible. Otherwise, this game will die before Saiyan Day.